Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. Here today with Tuesday 10. For those of you who are new here, Tuesday 10 is when I take 10 things from my paper bin over there that I keep, like scrap things in, book pages, unused digitals, etc., like mock-ups for things that I haven't used yet. And I keep on crafting until I use all of it up. So what I have today is, this is a digital page that I printed to kind of demo one of my journal together kits. I have no idea what month this one is from, but it's one of my Patreon journal together kit pages. I do a monthly journaling together kit for my Patreons for all levels of Patreon. It's usually about 18 pages and it's fun, eclectic ephemera. Then this is torn out of a magazine. It was designed by Erin Palo with artist elements from Mary Beth Shaw from Stampington and Company. This was pulled out of an art magazine. It was from the Barnes exhibit. These are from IKEA. These are some stickers that are really interesting. In case you're looking for them, they're probably not made anymore, but that is the number just in case. And then some glittery paper. We made a birthday card for my daughter's friend yesterday, so it's her birthday today. And then this is one of my most recent Friday freebies that I do. So on my Patreon, this is a digital, I made it by hand with paper and birds and things. And they are these little label clusters. So they're like bird label clusters. So see, they're all different birds with some fun mark making and scraps in behind. So this is another thing that I do on Patreon for all levels, is every Friday you get some kind of a treat. It's either going to be a video, typically I call it Fodder Friday because it's teaching you some tutorial about making journal fodder, or it is digital. So that is that. Then I found this card. This is like a vintage card, Sweet Innocence, illustrated by Bessie Peace Gutman, frameable greeting sachets. This is interesting. So no artist sold more prints during the first half of this century than Bessie Peace Gutman, with her children and infant images being year-round favorites. Her career spanned over 50 years and her work continues to enthrall collectors worldwide. Each of our sachets depicts a highly collectible fine art image and is suitable for framing. This is from 1996, Balliol Corporation. Avoid direct contact with furniture, fabric, blah, blah, blah. So I think it used to have like probably a sachet in here that smelled or something, but I'm not really into the image. I'm not into any of it, but I want to use it as an idea, like something I can do with it. So this is actually an envelope. So in here on the inside, it's like waxed. So I think we could cover, the parts of it that we don't like, and then just use it as exactly what it is, like a tuck spot envelope. So that's kind of a cool template idea, right? To have like, it's a card, but then, you'd have a third panel that you could then fold over and turn in if you wanted to, have a seal. Like, it feels to me like they just literally had like an envelope and then they didn't cut off one side of it and turned it into a card. And then I have this, which is a old invoice from the hammock shop. Probably from like the 1950s. And then this is like a card as well. And it's got a card for like a normal card. And then inside here, it's got this like frame, this tuck spot frame. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it, but obviously it'd be great for inserting your school's, like your picture for your child's school, annual pictures, those kind of things, or anything else, obviously. And then I have this bird book page of this lovely bird. So I guess we can get started. How to begin. So typically Tuesday 10 goes a little quicker when I can use more than one thing together. So I want to think about this because it's the more challenging of the colors. So let's set all this aside here. And we have this, and I kind of like this image with this. Let's go ahead and cut that out. Yeah, so my daughter went to a birthday party today. She's very, very excited. It's a little girl down the road from us. She's turning 5 years old. And so my daughter is super excited. Okay. Had her make a card last night for her, and she had a lot of fun doing that. So now I think I wanted to see if I couldn't use these two things kind of together. Now these stickers are in one piece or two. Looks like two pieces. So what I'll do is I'll line this up here. I don't know if it's a fold or an actual score. Let's see. I think it's just a fold. Okay, so I gotta see if I can get this to stick. We will see. I know it'll stick on the back, but on the front with the glitter, it may or may not. We shall see here. Now, I might actually just go ahead and stitch this on, or possibly add more glue. I think I might stitch it. I'm gonna just we're creating like an interesting surface here before we do much else, okay? So let's just do that. Stick this on the back where I know it'll stick. And then, yeah, see on the front, it's just gonna lift because of the glitter. So we're just gonna create a cool surface of these. Then I will stitch them on. 3. Be right there. Okay, so there's 4 of them in total like that. So I will go do my stitching and come right back. Actually, hold the phone before I stitch. I think what I also would like to do is add this on the front of there too. So let's just take a quick snip and cut this out. Decide, oopsie, that we would want that to go on here like that. Or possibly, do I want to turn this into like a pocket? You know, I don't know. Let me go stitch. I'll be back. Alrighty, so stitching is done, and I just kind of did some fun wonky stitches around on this. Now, what I've got to do is just cut all these threads off. And you'll see the inside is definitely going to need to be covered, because it's got lots of stitching. So we'll just trim off all the threads here. So let's talk about strange. So I am probably one of the world's biggest skeptics when it comes to anything related to like psychic ability and paranormal things. It's just something that does not align with my need for truth. So that being said, I only ever have like psychic kind of things happen to me, or weird, you know, predictive things happen to me, in the silliest of things. So my latest weird situation like that, because I do have them every now and then, it's very funny, was like about 2 or 3 days ago, I sent my husband this video on Instagram that I saw that I thought was quite informative about bathroom fans. I know, exciting, right? And how like a lot of them, like, you know, they can kind of wear out over time. Like, you know, they eventually age, and you should kind of keep on top of them and replace them. And apparently, like, there's a better way to do this. Like, there's the normal way, and then there's a better way to do it that, like, you make sure that like you're protecting your house better, because they can apparently cause fires, like, because a lot of people will leave them apparently running just all the time for years. The bathroom fan will just run and run and run, and then eventually like it will burn out or overheat and then like cause a fire. So I saw this video and I sent it to my husband like, this is interesting, because this is the kind of thing that he would find interesting. So I sent it to him, and then today, this was like literally 2 weeks ago, maybe, if that. So then today I I went into the bathroom in our powder room. It's kind of like it sits in kind of a split level between the basement and our main floor. And so I went in there, and the door had been closed. So I opened the door and I'm like, what smells? Like, what does that smell? It's like really strong, almost like a paint odor. And I could not figure out what it was, but it kind of smelled like burning, and it kind of smelled like chemicals. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So first I was like, all right, I look around, I look under the bathroom sink to see if there's a chemical, you know, maybe there's cleaners or something and it's reacting or something. And then I check all around the toilet, because that's the only real appliance in there, and I don't know what else it would be. And then I go outside on the side of our house to see if there's anything going on electrically that could be coming in the window in the bathroom. I find nothing. So, you know, I go down to the basement, I look in the furnace room, I look in the cold room, I look in the utility room, I check like my pottery studio at the back where like the vent to the, we have this venting system. I check like my sink vents, everything, all over the house, upstairs, downstairs, all over the house. And then I'm like, okay, so then I had to go walk my daughter to the party down the road. I did that, and then I was like, I texted my husband because he was out at the playground with my son, and so then I said like, okay, this has to be something. I don't know what it is. And so he said, well, I'll look at it when I get home. So I start investigating again when I get home from walking her to the party, and then I decide like, the only thing I didn't look at was this vent up here on the ceiling, the bathroom fan, and so I go to flick the fan on, and surely enough, it's not working. And I'm like, that's what it was. The fan burned out. That's all it was. It didn't cause a fire, though. It just, you know, burned out. It's 20 years old, probably, that fan. So I already have a replacement for it, because we had actually been planning to replace like some random things around the house that we know are original to the house. Like we have some bathroom fans already. I've got to do one upstairs too, but I have to climb up in the attic to install it through the top of the ceiling. So yeah, that will be interesting. I don't know how you replace this one in this kind of mid-level space, but we will figure it out. I'm just going to put a label here just because I think it'll look nice. So then we have this little like rounded card kind of thing. It's very futuristic and interesting. Now I'm going to cover up this inside with something, and then I'm going to stitch around it at the very end. I need to get glue, so just give me 1 sec. All right, so we have glue. I've also just started some laundry, so if you hear water, it's just my machine filling up in the studio here. So we're just going to glue stick over all this stitching. All right. I think that will fit pretty perfectly. It's just from an old paper bag. Okay. And then we can decide, do we want to leave a little border of it maybe? I usually try to leave a little like extra cute layer of whatever I'm backing with, if it's like a brown paper, because I always like how that looks. Okay. Yeah, I'm spending the early part of the day here while my daughter's at the party just kind of filming videos and getting stuff done in the studio. And then I might go out a little later. All right, we'll stitch that later. Now, let's see. Our bird friends, I want to work with them, definitely. I think one of them would be good with that somehow. Possibly like that would be cool on here. It's kind of got like interesting colors, and let's see what we can do with this. Okay. So the inside of this is white, so that's great writing space already. So maybe I'll just focus on my decoration on the outside. So we'll come back to the birds. Let's start with this. I also have like my snippets here. I decided I would pull them out today too, just in case I need some extra stuff. Which I might want a little something. There's a butterfly. Yeah, okay. And then also, grab this stuff again here. Wait, sorry. Okay, so I think we'll make something to go inside of here, but I think first I would like to just change the color of this a little bit. So I'm gonna grab just a piece of paper here from this old book. Move that out of the way. Okay. Think about color. What do we want to do? Something a little weird, different, interesting. Maybe we'll use some peacock feathers. This is oxide. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, we'll just blend that out a bit. Good, good. I still want a bit of the hot pink. Oh, and I'm also going to, while I'm here with this, I just want to hit that with a bit of the same blue and kind of heavily, more heavily than normal. And I'm going to do the same treatment to it that I do on this card. Okay. So let's get the coffee spray bottle. Kind of hit that a little gently, as well as this. Okay. And then we'll just let that do its thing for a moment. Pulling my scrap bin over here and moving my paper guillotine. Just stuff that I do to make noise, you know. I'm gonna just blot this a little with this scrap paper from my scraps that has all these little printed palette bits on it, just to give interest to all of this. See, because now you'll have like the coffee staining on the back, so this will make this a more interesting scrap. I'm a big fan of just sometimes just like hitting my scraps entirely with coffee. Okay, so now we need to dry this and see how the oxide has done some fun stuff with the coffee. I didn't want to completely lose this beautiful pink, but I wanted to make it more kind of complex so that it would not look just so solid. I love how this oxide marks this paper. It's really cool. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the other side. Okay, good. So it didn't get affected. That's awesome. Okay. Out of here. this out. Yeah, that would be a cool piece to go inside there, I think. Like a journal card. Need to dry that a little more, it's still wet. I think I want to put that there and let it have a bit of dimension. Yeah. Okay, and then this. My dog upstairs whining because my husband put him in his crate because he's washing the floor, and the dog's just being a big baby because he has to hang out in there for about 15 minutes, but he knows that we're home. He's amazing in his crate when we're not home. Like, we have cameras set up so we can see the dogs when we're not home, and they're both amazing when we're not here in their crates, but when we're here and we crate and like we're not quiet, the dog's like, I know you're home, let me out. Which is fine. Yeah, he's letting him out now. I can hear his scattering across the floor, so he must be done. All right, so let's just measure how big a journal card would be to go inside here. So I think we'll just sort of, generally speaking, check. There's probably a bit of a glue, yeah, a bit of a glue gap there. So it would be really here to about 4 inches by 4 by 6.5. And I want to use this lighter side, I think. There we go. So we'll say 4 by 6.5. There we go. So we'll have some scraps left over of that. Then, what is my glue book? Here it is. Glue the back of this. Oh, I need to move all these things off my desk. Okay. Okay. Flatten this out a bit. And then see if there's something that we would want to embellish this with that would be interesting here. First, I'll check the stuff I have. I mean, the bird could be nice. Even one of these birds, maybe. But I don't know. I don't want it to be too loud, whatever it is. And this is kind of more of a butterfly moth type piece, so let's leave the birds out of it. Come back to our snippets here, which I am desperately trying to use some of them up. We could do a fairy, which would be kind of nice, and it would go with the whole thing. And I only have one of these flower fairies left, so maybe I will use it on here. So if this were to sit there, I would want it to be there, I'm guessing. What I also could do is just stick this inside here. We'll get an idea for fit, and then we'll see if actually it works. I might need to make this a little thicker, so it's got some more kind of girth to fit down here, but it's not too bad. I think the issue is that it might be still a little too long, which is fine. Let's just see how a fairy would look on here. No, I think it's too complex. Oddly, it's just too complex. So let's just leave the fairy behind for today. That's fine. Move these out of the way. And then I need to work on this a little more here. Can I lift this paper back off? No, it will not. My glue stick is too good. Okay, so let's just try trimming it a bit and maybe rounding it, and then seeing if it's gonna stay strong. So trim a little, and we'll round it. And then I might even create a tab for it to easily like pull it in and out with. Oh yeah, that feels better already with the rounding of the corners. Yeah, that fits better now. Kind of like it just even blank. It's pretty nice with the butterfly there. I don't even think it needs a tab. That would even be nice as a folio in a book. I'm actually happy with it as is. You know, obviously you could put a tab over here, a tab on the card. You could put something on the card. You could put a sentiment, you know, stamps around, whatever you want to do. But this as a base, I like it. So let's just call that one done. All right, so we have this bird. And I'm feeling really like simple about this. Like I love this this is one of my favorite bird books. So I think what I want to do is just preserve the beauty of this bird page and not overcomplicate what I'm doing here. Okay. And I'll get a piece of folder and I'll back it on this folder. Okay. And then I'm thinking I might add a little interest by actually backing it also with some of this vintage invoice. Yeah, that would be cool. Let's do that. Do I want to go from the bottom, maybe? Yeah. So we still keep mostly blank writing space there. There we go. Let's give that a pull. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll keep that little snippet because it's interesting. Turn it into a journal tag. Okay. Then I might add like a little label or something. Yeah. Glue. Okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. And I'll stitch around it, and I might add some fabric up top, but we'll set that one aside. Now, maybe we'll work on this card. Okay, so the whole back of it needs to get covered up. We know that. Now let's see if we have anything here that we'd want to cover it up with. I don't have anything particularly that I think I would use. Maybe this, but it's not big enough. So I think we'll keep that aspect of things a little simple. Just looking at my scraps to see if I have any paper that would be good. Okay, so I did not find anything in the quick jumbling around of my scraps, but I found something. I'm going to use some of this leafy eco-printed paper because I need something that's like thin because I don't want to super thicken the card, but I also need it to be very opaque because I don't want to see that black text through it. So that paper is perfect because the mordant on the paper makes it very opaque. Go this way, I think. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, this week I took some things out of like my stash of like, you know, I don't know if you have boxes of things like greeting cards and things that they need some kind of modification before you use them. So I took a bunch of them and I tossed them in my Tuesday 10 basket because I feel like they get bypassed a lot. I don't think about them, and I want them to also get used up. All right. Perfect. Now, do a fold here. Just kind of give it a press and make sure it's all nice and uniform. We use the bone folder here. That's good and flat. Okay, so now we just have the inside to kind of deal with. And I think what I might do, do I want to use like an embellishment to cover the congratulations? Maybe one of the birds. Let's cut this cluster out and we'll see. Not exactly. I think I would like that kind of better on the front, potentially. Or even maybe a different one. Let's think. I also kind of like that one, and it's small. Put it on the front instead, maybe. And then I have to sort out again what I'm going to do with the inside. I'm just going to cut this out. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that there. Let's just get the rusty hinge again here. See? Yeah, that's cool. All right, then on the inside, I wonder if just putting some kind of a cute piece of stationery or something there. Or even, maybe we'll make it another pocket. So there'd be a pocket here and a pocket over there. Oh, that has a bird on it. I didn't even realize that. So that would actually go well. Okay. Okay, put that there. So that'll be a pocket. And then, you know, it's funny, I have this little arrow here. I'm going to put that there so it will point to the other pocket. And then we'll have journaling space on the other side here. That there. And then we need a journal card for in here. But I don't need to make that right this second. So we need a journal card and a journal card. But I like this all on its own, how it is. I will stitch around it though, for just, I like that, I think, to just stitch around it. And then I think what I'd also like to do is just kind of ink this whole thing a little loosely. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's that. Now, one thing I wanted to do today was to use these birds as a reason to use up scraps. So I'm going to try to do that. But I think I might also just take a quick look at what else I have over here. Okay, so there's this. Let's put this punch back because it is in the way. There we go. I started working on illustrating a new set of my little paper doll creatures last night as I was hanging out in bed. I don't know what it has been with my kids lately. Well, like more my son than my daughter. He's been wanting to go to bed a lot earlier, and I think it's because he has started school and it's really wiping him out. So I've been spending kind of my evenings, like the kids just like want to go to bed, so I've got to kind of be involved in that a little sooner than I was used to, which is fine. Okay, so with this, I think I'm going to make a couple of maybe collage pockets. Because these bits are about like stationery, and that paper has kind of an ink blot feel to it. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to use glue stick. So that's good. I think I may stitch around, but I don't think it really needs a whole lot else to just be a cool pocket. We'll do the same with this one. I might just put that right on there. Yeah, and then I think with stitching it'll really make it look finished, and I might put some fabric. Yeah. Okay, so let's deal with everything but the birds here. We've got this, and we've got more of those yellow stickers, which might come in handy here. Get rid of that, and then we need a nice background, which I can certainly throw together because I have like a million scrappy bits. So let's go scrappy. I do like the blues behind her, so I guess we could keep that in mind, although I could also do something just cool like that. There's some nice hand-dyed paper. Let's use that. Okay. This is from some log paper. Leave it that wide. And I'm going to cut her out of the background. Okay. Nice. Okay. I'm going to use art glitter to stick her down because on those stickers, I think we could use a little extra glue. Okay. No. Hydration break. I need to refill my water. Okay. I'm gonna just trim this a little in my chopper to even it up a bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, yeah, I think I like that, just as it is. Could also, I could cut the corners out too to make it interesting. I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'll stitch it instead. Maybe I'll round the corners. Yeah, that's good. I think I want some words though. And Imagine the moon's twinkling light. That's cool because we have all these kind of images of like, you know, moon-like things behind her. And I might actually put them down here. But I think I need to change the color a little. Just gonna take Rusty Hinge. Add like a yellowy sheen over this. Okay. Because that blue just doesn't really work. Sorry for the clunking. That was just my punch that I had earlier. I didn't put it up there properly. Let's just hit that oxide with a little coffee. I'm going to find a piece of paper to just blot it with. Perfect. That's much better. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's that. So now I'm going to get started on what I want to do with these birds. Because that's all we have left. We just have the birds. Yep. All right. So this is going to be a little bit of an assembly line make. That's the plan here. Okay. Here. So first we need to fussy cut those out. Maybe I'll do that off camera. I'm just going to cut around these, leaving a little bit of space. I'm going to do all of them just the same way, and then I will come back and we'll make what we're going to make with these, and I'll get everything set up and ready to go so that I don't make you watch me cut all of these out. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so these are all cut out, and now what I'd like to do is as I go, I'm going to go through my scraps and find things like this where I have cut some part of a 12 by 12 off, and I have left like this kind of a piece, right? So I usually end up using these in the journal that I'm making as like the pockets, because if I'm using the paper, it'll give me a matching pocket, but sometimes I don't always use them. And then I just want to come in and glue these down because they will be very cool. Using our glitter glue because these are, sorry, my battery died. I was saying I will use our glitter glue because these are clusters, so they're like a little bit of, you know, collage thickness. So then once I get it glued down, I'm just going to trim it to the size that I would want the ephemera piece to be, which is that. Set that aside because we might use it. And then I'm going to cover the back here with glue. And we're going to, is that long enough? Nope, a little bit too. I have all these like spare, mostly blank pages, but they're too small. Here's one. Okay, we can use that. So we'll just back this. Keep that in my scraps. And then what I'm going to do with this, now that it's backed, is come up, little tiny straight line in, and then I'll leave a little border around this. But just kind of cutting around it again. There we go. And then you get like a freeform shaped journal tag or card, right? It's got an interesting shape to it. Then I think I like the idea of rounding the bottom. There, so it looks kind of like an interesting card. And it's already, you know, backed. So that's number one. Move these out of the way here. Then I need another piece of paper. This one is probably too thin, unless I could use this. I might be able to. It's a smaller one. Actually, I like this better for this one. Or possibly for the other, the bigger one. The blue is really cool. Yeah, so I'll just take the edge off here. So if you're on my Patreon and you're wondering what to do with these clusters that I gave you, one moment. Sorry, my son was just making an announcement. So, okay. So if you're wondering what to do with these clusters that I gave you, you can do this with them. Pull that off the bottom. Okay, and then again, we'll just glue the back of this. Okay. I wonder how that would look maybe with that tag. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that. Okay, so this one, instead of trimming it out, I'm going to leave that tag on top because it's kind of a cool tab. There we go. That'll get stitched around also. All right, and then we need another piece of paper. This one is nice. It's got these lovely moths on it. Not that one. Oh, yeah, I like that one. Okay. it over because it's got a tiny bit of glue. I don't want to get it on the paper. Is this one big enough? Yeah, actually it's decent. Okay. Let's just sort of straighten that out a bit. Good. Then we'll just cut around again with this little border. I think I'll stop right at the spot where the label starts. Okay. Oops. Shaking my desk around too much here. Okay. There we go. It's funny, this morning on my walk back from the party, there was a girl outside the Starbucks and she was giving out like coffee samples of like this like pecan coffee that they have. And so it was like right at the end of her doing it this morning, and she's like, do you want like just a free like pecan, you know, coffee? And I was like, okay. So it was a little serendipitous that I was walking by. All right, we need more paper. Just bear with me. I have a ton of paper in here. I just have to find what I'm looking for. There's one. I'm looking for like specifically scrapbook paper that's been cut this way. Yeah, that'll go great with that. So that there. All right, grab another piece of this book that I'm using as glue book here. I'm having a very Sunday-ish Saturday because I'm staying home on Saturday, because my daughter's at this party. And we also decided that we would make a turkey for dinner. So it's like one of those days where there's like food cooking all day and you're just at home. Feels like a Sunday Saturday. Which one has the fold right there? Okay, now we'll glue this one. I know what I forgot to do on the last two. Oh, not that one, just this one. Oh no, I don't want to round the corners on that one. Never mind. Never mind. here. There we go. If I can also round this side. Let's see. No, that's fine. Okay. Do I have more left? Yeah, I still got 3 more. Okay. Here's a piece. That one on here, yeah. I'm thinking about if I could even just make like pockets with a couple of these, like this one. Like that. Maybe that one. Like that. Yeah, we'll do something like that with those. Okay. But let's finish this one in the way that we've been making them. I'm gonna do this with this one, I think. Shove it over here. There. That's cool, and I can stitch around that. Then these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna make pockets with those, which I'm also gonna stitch around. Oopsie. Very cute. One, and then this one, we'll do the same thing. Awesome. Okay. I think I'll just put some more glue under this beak. There we go. That's what I need to do. Okay, so we've got lots to do stitch wise. So let me go do my stitching and I'll come back and we'll do a little parade of everything that we made here. I will be right back. Stitching is done and we made 14 pieces today. It feels very productive today. I don't know, it's a good thing. So we have this fun kind of interesting card and I stitched around it after backing the inside. And then this lovely bird tag that's backed with that old invoice, and our lovely eco printed card that has the pocket here and the pocket here. And then this lady, Imagine the Moon's Twinkling Light, more with those fun stickers. And our 2 pockets, I added zigzag stitching on those. And then our collection of birds here, these bird tags, I stitched around all of them. Stitched around. I like how they turned out. And then our 2 bird pockets, I did some fun stitching on there because it was a little plain. And then this is the only thing I didn't stitch on, which was that, you know, that fun card that we made with the inserted journal card. So this, I think, was a good productive one. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you being here, and I will be back soon with something else fun. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you did. We are getting ever so close to 3,000 subscribers, which is really awesome. So have an awesome day. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.